I'm Jennifer Kessler. I'm the Equine Program Instructor for Equine Science at the Delaware Area Career Center. While this is my 27th year teaching, 6 years ago I got my dream job teaching equine science at the Delaware Area Career Center. I'm the one not wearing an FFA jacket. I never had the opportunity to be an FFA, but it's very important to me that all my students know about all the opportunities, and I make sure that I try to give them the best opportunity that I can to experience as many activities as possible. In this picture, some of my students are engaging in the state groom and clean contest. You can see they have to muddy their horse and then groom it. In the lower right-hand corner are the individuals who are at the National FFA horse judging contest. These slides depict in the upper left-hand corner a student, what we call third lining. She's assisting the driver and maintaining control of the horse as we're breaking it. There's another student in the lower left-hand corner. She is looking under a slide to look for parasite eggs and determine what kind of parasites are in the horse's feces so that we can design a parasite program specific to that animal. In the upper right hand corner, we have a student that is assisting with a castration of a donkey. In the middle right, we have a student or two students working with a vet to do an equine soundness exam and a flex test. And on the bottom right, we have two students that are collecting data for their agri-science science fair project. Their study was to see if there's an association between the width of the mandible or the jaw and the respiration rate of horses. Program overview. This course is a 2-year study of equine science for juniors and seniors. It has 3 components: the classroom laboratory, FFA, and supervised experience. The classroom laboratory in the classroom is about an hour a day of instruction. It could be nutrition, health and diseases, reproduction. That is the classroom part, studying it. The laboratory is actually our barn where the students go out, interact, and learn to work with the horses and apply skills learned in the classroom. For example, in addition to breaking and training and grooming and cleaning stalls, we will also vaccinate, do some deworming, could do some farrowing projects, things like that, to apply what we've learned in the classroom into our laboratory. The FFA is the student organization that works on leadership within the students, and also gives them career opportunities. So the student might engage in a parliamentary procedure contest or public speaking, or they might do something more related to their specific goal in equine management and do the equine management contest. Supervised experience is that student's chance to work independently in an area of their desire, what they desire to do. Example, if they're interested in equine assisted therapy, we can link them with programs that they can work in or shadow, versus if they're interested in veterinary science, we can shadow vets or work in a veterinary office. Or if they're interested in training or riding instruction, we link them with industry professionals in that industry that they can do work with. This program is both career and college focused. What that means is students will be prepared to go out and get join the workforce right after the program, and we also work with students that are interested in going to college. So it has two foci in this. But what happens is the students' goals really drive the program experience. Not everybody is going to come out doing the exact same thing, even though it's an equine science program. I have some students that are interested in going straight out into the workforce. They go out, they might be an assistant trainer right out of high school, or working in a veterinary office. Some students are interested maybe in doing more training, and they might look at a program like Findlay to go in and getting more training experience in riding horses. Or they might be interested in reproduction and go to a program more like the Ohio State University Agricultural Technical Institute. or they might be interested in looking at pre-vet. So then we're going to get them, see what we can do to get them into the early experience program for veterinary medicine. So it does have different aspects as far as what the students' goals are, drive the program. Who comes to the DACC Equine Science program? Why? Students have a vast interest. Some might be interested in therapy, some might be interested in training or farm management, riding instruction, veterinary medicine, farrier, dental, equine dental. Students just, all they have to do is be interested in horses or some type of animal that, you know, we can help them develop their skills with. So parents, I get two groups of parents. I have the parent that says, I'm in a position and doing a job that I don't like, and I just want my child to be happy and do a career in something they love, and they love horses, so I want them to have a career in horses. And my answer to that is that's great. However, if we don't get your child supported in that career choice, unfortunately, they'll go out into the equine career, do something that they love, and then they find they can't support themselves, and then they end up taking a job that they can't, that they don't like because they have to support themselves. So it is my goal that we couple the equine training and get a niche that they're a very marketable person going out into the career field. And then sometimes I have the parent that says, how is my child going to be able to support themselves with a career in equine science? And my answer to that is, again, kind of similar. Sometimes we have to couple interests. Example, if you're interested in equine assisted therapy, having a background in equine, and then as they move on to college, looking at a psychology background or a physical, not necessarily physical therapy, but physical health, and coupling those together, and many other different aspects. Okay, how does it work for the typical student coming for the 2 years? Typically, the first year students attend in the morning, or they do attend in the morning from 7:50 to 10:50, and they're in the classroom laboratory, and then they do their lunch and academics after that. On the flip side, as second year student, do their academics in the morning, have their lunch, and then come to the equine science lab in the afternoon. What does the junior equine science look like? The two courses taught in the equine science class during the juniors are equine selection, nutrition and management, and animal science and technology. And in those classes, we'll study business management, nutrition, health diseases, reproduction, genetics, equine selection. In the class, we do a lot of focus on breaking and training harness horses and performing care and grooming and those kind of activities. In the second year, the two courses taught are veterinary science and animal anatomy and physiology. This has a little bit more in-depth process for the student, where we're looking at anatomy, physiology, behavior, veterinary science, legal and ethical issues, dental structures. And again, in the lab, we're still breaking and training horses, but we're performing more healthcare procedures, and we're getting more challenging horses. While they might have been a little bit supporting in that, they'll take on a tougher role in helping with the training of those animals. Okay, one thing that I like to do is provide opportunities, or let my students know about the opportunities that are out there. So the first thing a student typically does is the Delaware County Fair starts shortly after the start of school. So the students have the opportunity to take a science project, and that we do in the class with a poster, and then that student can take that poster to the fair and sit down and interview and explain what their study was. Other things we do are the Ohio State Fair, like the Skillathon. They can take their poster again from the Delaware Fair to the State Fair. Then other competitions through FFA that we do are equine management, veterinary science, animal behavior. We can also do the Ohio State Fair horse judging competition, and I've already mentioned the state grooming clean contest, and there are more and more. That's just a short list. Real world environments. So once we learn in the classroom, we go out and work with the horses. The video to the left, it was taken a couple weeks ago These two students are assisting a green horse that has only been hooked to a cart a few times, and this is a breaking cart, and they are going to exhibit what it's like to break and train a standardbred. Their job is to safely get the horse and driver onto the track and help support the driver on the track until the horse gets steady and trained to accept the cart. You can see our girl's a little frisky here this morning, but this is an experienced crew of students, and they are able to work through it till she settles down and gets going. The picture to the right is a picture of our school horse Homer, and this is a view of a student driving the horse themselves on the track. All right, so that's just an example of some of the activities that the students do with the horses. Again, the FFA is an important component of our program. In the upper left-hand corner, we see Abigail Martens' name up there. She was the state winner in 2020 for her job placement. She was also pictured with the rest of her teammates in the upper right-hand corner as she was on our 2018 judging team and placed 11th in the nation. And then the lower picture to the left is our students at National Convention, where we do leadership activities. And then the lower right is the equine team receiving their award up on stage for winning the state. The program is important to have outside education. So here Dr. Welker is working with students, and we're putting a port into this horse's eye, and these students, we're treating this eye 4 times a day with antibiotic solution. So we work with the veterinarians and try to teach those students those skills, because whether they're a barn manager or going into veterinary medicine, they will have to deal with these activities. In the upper right-hand corner, I have 2 students who were engaged in the agri-science fair. They wanted to know if there was a relationship between bolting behavior and the sex of the horse. So they studied whether male or female horses are more likely to bolt. And that research is very important part for any student interested in looking at research as they get up in college. And below in the right-hand corner is our field trip to Select Sires. Select Sires is a, excuse me, is a great resource. We have just inside our county, about 20 minutes away. While they work with cattle, they're one of the premier breeding organizations in the world. And so they do a lot with reproduction and breeding and storing semen. So that was one of the resources we use and a field trip that we attend. Okay, so we do college and career exploration. There are several opportunities built right into our calendar. Example, before Thanksgiving, we have days scheduled for job shadow or college visits, and those are built right into our calendar. Therefore, the student doesn't necessarily have to miss school to go out and look at those colleges that they would like to attend. Or they have a day off to shadow, or 3 days to shadow in their career field. So they might go to a veterinary office or the College of Veterinary Medicine, or they might go to a track trainer, or they might go to a barn facility and look at the management there. And then we have another day to follow up on this in March, where they can we have that built into our calendar, because career readiness and college readiness are very important to us here at the Career Center. Again, we do have more opportunities. They can do internships, early job placements in their second year. We're active in community service. If you've ever seen the infield, at the Little Brown Jug, all those mums and landscaping, that's part of our doing. We're very proud of that. We do some off-site experiences, example with Marmon Valley Farms and with Select Sires. It's really important that I bring guest speakers into the classroom. Dr. Bowman from OSU has been very instrumental in helping us understand the animal and zoonotic nature of flu diseases, and so we work with him. And it's really important to do research projects for any student interested in enrichment activity. Those are not required of all students, but they are definite enrichment opportunities that they have. And then again, we work with individuals and industry. Some of the business and industry we work with are Quarter Horse Association, the USTA Trotting Horse Association, Sugar Valley Farm right here in Delaware has been a big supporter of our program. Central Ohio Riding Club has supported our program and provided opportunities. Association of Equine Practitioners for Veterinarians, Select Sires, and the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. Colleges that our students are interested in typically are the Ohio State University, but also something less known is the Ohio State University Agricultural Technical Institute. So that is Ohio State's branch campus in Worcester, Ohio, that specializes in agriculture. So that's a 2-year program where they can either get a 2-year degree or they can get the 2-year degree and then transition to main campus. We have several students at Columbus State with the Vet Tech program, and other schools, Otterbein, Findlay, are definitely colleges that our students like to go transition to after our program. Abigail Martens was happy to be one of our students to recommend the program. She's very active in the equine program and was active in FFA. She wanted to make sure that you all know that her participation in the program has really helped her prepare for her career. She wants to own and operate her own training, boarding, and lesson instruction. She's now a junior at the University of Findlay and got involved and participated in the equine contest, the veterinary contests, and applied for awards for her job placement. And again, this fall, was ranked top 10 in the nation for her job placement. It's really important that we just get your student involved, whether it's socially or community-based, or just working with horses. The more activities they are involved with, the more development that occurs with them. Should you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me, and have a good day. Thank you.